I genuinely don't think we could have said any more because of the constraints that we were under. This was a child that was in custody, which obviously dictates the amount of what information that we can share. And also, it was subject of criminal proceedings. So there was constant dialogue between ourselves and the Crown Prosecution Service about what we could say. I go back to my overriding primary concern was getting justice for those little girls and for those that have been injured and traumatised by the events. And I certainly didn't want Merseyside Police to say anything that would impact on that criminal justice process. It's just devastating to think that there are things that could have been done that could have prevented 3 little girls losing their lives and others being injured and others being injured and traumatised. And I think it's important that all of the agencies that have had contact with Rudy Cabana, engage fully with the public inquiry to make sure that we can fully understand when the reviews were made, what was done about them, the decisions that were made to make sure the learning can be taken forward in the future. And I think that we owe that to all of the families and we owe that to all of the victims.
I'm sure on the face of it, you can understand why the public are so shocked that someone can be referred to prevent 3 times and still nothing's done, and he can kind of go on and commit such an atrocity as this.
Yeah, I absolutely understand why the public will be shocked, and I absolutely understand why they will be calling for there needing to be a review to understand what could have been done differently here, what should have been done differently, and what is it about our system that needs to be changed, amended to make sure that we have got the ability as a system to deal with people like Rudy Cabana. My heartfelt condolences go out to Elsie, Alice's and BB's families, but also the families and the victims who are with us, who are traumatised from the injuries that they received and what they saw on that day. And that's been my overwhelming and primary concern, really, right from day one, that we get justice for those families and for those victims, but we also get them the support and help that they need.